Are you ready for a little disappointment? If you thought you were going to get Last Guardian or New Uncharted, I'm sorry. You're up for a little bit of fucking disappointment. I watched the Sony Japanese freaking press conference that they just had today, and I want to give you guys just a little bit of information about what's going on. Now, if you excuse me, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm tired as all fucking balls, but I'm going to tell you guys some of the good things and some of the bad things I fucking noticed. And I like to give the bad news fucking first. So, Japanese people, they're going to get fucked a little bit. Apparently, the PS4 will not release there until February 22nd. So I think that's fucked up. You should always, take care of, your home station first. And they're gonna get their system late. Now, one of the reasons was that they're saying that it's because it's gonna take a while for them to port the U.S. games over to, Japan. So all the fucking fancy fucking kill zones and all the other good shit, the Call of Duties, all those got to be ported over to fucking Japanese. So it's gonna take them a little bit of fucking time to do that. So with that fucking aside, they did announce some pretty damn good games. First, Deep Down, I originally thought that game was going to be like an old school Middle Earth type situation. Apparently, it's fucking not. It's some twisted thing about New York in way in the fucking future, and apparently you get to be like a knight or something like that in like New York in the fucking future, and you go into dungeons, and it's not a single player game necessarily. It's actually a freaking online MMO type game. So it looks fucking awesome. It has great fucking graphics. I was very impressed with it. I'm a little on the fence about the story because I really thought it was going to be something else, but it seems like it's going to be fucking deep and it's going to be fucking awesome. Hence the fucking name Deep Down. Another thing that was fucking announced was the whole Yakuza Ishin. That game is going to come out on February 22nd, and that game is being aimed directly at, saying Japan. I believe they're going to bring it out in the U.S. because it looks fucking awesome. It's like an old school fucking Edo period Japan fucking mafia thing, and they slicing stomachs and shit. This game fucking was mind-blowingly good. So they better fucking bring that bitch to the United States because they brought it out for PS2 and it was fucking awesome. So that was a fucking great game. What was mind-blowing to me that just happened was that they're actually redoing the Vita. They're actually making it about 50% lighter, and they're gonna make it faster, and it's gonna have better graphics, and it's gonna be just a slightly bit better than what it is. And guess what? You're gonna get fancy new colors. It's gonna be all the colors of the fucking rainbow. And you know what? As kooky as this fucking sounds, it's actually a fucking pretty good deal. I would recommend getting a fucking PlayStation Vita only because you can actually play your PS4 or whatever from somewhere else. As long as you got an internet connection, you can play your shit fucking as long as you anywhere with a fucking Wi-Fi. I mean, I watched the fucking video and they just remotely access the PS4 and they just fucking playing the same damn games you get on PS4 on your fucking Vita by just accessing it remotely. That is fucking cool. So I would recommend getting one only because, what I'm saying, of all the good things you get to do. And it kind of takes a big dump on fucking the Wii U's controller because that has to be, relatively close to it. But this one can be way out in fucking bumfuck. As long as you have an internet connection, you can go access your PlayStation 4 games. Now, what was the big shocker, other than not having Uncharted or fucking The Last Guardian, was this fucking PlayStation Vita, whatever the fuck this thing is, PlayStation Vita TV. This thing was like the shocker of the fucking show. I was looking at this thing like, what? This thing is about yay big, and it fucking is a Vita / Roku box, and I was, a little bit impressed with it. I don't really see the fucking need for it, but I'm assuming that it's going to be a pretty, cheap price. That's actually releasing in November for all of Japan. So I'm pretty sure they're going to bring that down there to the United States pretty fucking soon. With that being said, they will be releasing, all of the Vita games, PSP games. They'll all be accessible on it, and you can still, watch movies and all this other good stuff. It's going to come with a 8 gigabyte memory stick, or flash drive that's going to come in, a PlayStation flash drive. Hopefully it's going to be more affordable. They did say they were going to create a 64 gigabyte one so that people can save more data on it. But this one is kind of like taking aim at the the Roku boxes and the Apple TVs that everyone's supposed to be so fucking afraid of. And apparently this thing comes with a fucking dual shock controller, and you can play fucking Vita games on it. And you know, this is unneeded, but it's kind of cool at the same time. So if you wanted a cheaper thing, you know, to get for kids for Christmas, if it comes out in the United States for Christmas, I highly doubt it. But you know what I'm saying, it's something to fucking buy. I will be giving you guys more details of all the, you know, games and all this other good stuff. It wasn't a whole hell of a lot of games that I saw that really like blew my mind, but you know what I'm saying, those were freaking pretty cool. I think one of the other ones they actually had was Psycho Break. That one looked good. It's one of those horror action games that looked pretty fucking awesome. But other than that, it was a long ass press conference showing a lot of shit that we already fucking seen. I was really expecting, like, you know, Last Guardian and, you know, a new Uncharted, but unfortunately that's not gonna fucking happen. Maybe they'll bust it out next year. They gotta save something, but I was really expecting like one of the heavy hitters to come out. But hey, you got what you got. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow as soon as I get some fucking sleep. I am tired as all balls. I was a little pissed off that they had this long ass press conference and they ain't bust out no fucking new awesome shit. But that fucking Vita thing, that's fucking slick. I mean, that's about all I got. So Apple TV, beware. You're not the most scary thing on the block now. This thing is a fucking problem. Holler at y'all later.